Hello, First Contention fans. Welcome back. This is indeed a bonus. Yes, we have a bonus question for you. Bonus debate, if you will. And what is our bonus debate? We're going to talk about none other. Mr. Ty, can you slide a little bit to your right? Yes, that jersey right behind Ty, Chad Ochocinco. Is he done before? Chris Brown made a comeback. Will Ochocinco be able to make a comeback after what occurred between him and his new bride of 43 days, Miss Evelyn Rosado? You've seen her on Basketball Wives. You've seen her wilding out. You've seen her throwing bottles. Will Chad Ochocinco be able to make a comeback? Is that why he got cut from the Dolphins because of that incident? And will he ever have a career in the NFL again? Thoughts? Banks, we will start with you.
To answer your question, yes, another team will take another flyer at Chad Johnson, Ochocinco, Javon, or whatever he wants to call himself nowadays. Just for the simple fact that he has a down year, and another team might need a receiver. A team that's struggling right now at the receiver position might be the Cowboys, but far too often this happens to a lot of football players. They have that transition. What do they do outside of football? A lot of football players have that mentality of outside the football field, what do I do with my life now outside of football? And to me, Ochocinco, as the great promoter, as the great entertainer that he is, fell into the limelight, fell into that trap. And now look at him when his life is exposed. Right now, it seems like the pressure is crumbling down on him.
All right. Ty, what do you think?
I think he deserves another chance. We're talking about 12 years in the league, no run-ins with the law. Obviously, after this happened, we heard about an incident in college with a domestic abuse incident with police. But I'm talking about 12 years clean. We've seen into – Chad has led us in his life with social media. We know he doesn't drink. We've seen him on Hard Knocks in Cincinnati. He goes to the club. He orders cranberry juice. He has jokes with people at McDonald's and Starbucks. My gold card's lost. I'm looking for a job after football at McDonald's. He's a down-to-earth, transparent guy. This is not Chad. And you know who else we've seen on these reality shows is his wife and the way she conducts herself. I'm not condoning what he allegedly did, but I mean – Chad's history and his past should stand up, and he deserves a second chance in the league. Hell, go to Seattle, because everyone's going to Seattle. Take this.
All right, Steve.
The downfall to Chad Johnson is the woman that he chose. Fellas, let me just tell you something. Choose your women wisely, because they can be a good thing for you, and they can be a bad thing for you. In his case, it was a bad thing. But the other thing about Chad, I don't think he has a struggle outside football. He's definitely a social mogul. He has something to do outside of football. And I think he's more lenient into doing that than playing football. I mean, to me, if you can't, catch on to a system and play with one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time, being Tom Brady, then I don't see what you can do in the NFL. Really, in Cincinnati, he was baby. He didn't have to learn the playbook. He really was just running his own routes, and Carson Palmer was throwing him the ball. Now he's been on two different teams where he's been struggling to pick up the playbook and not being very productive. And I think a lot of NFL teams are going to look at that and say, we're going to take a pass on him. He's 34, about to be 35. He's not as productive as what you would say a T.O. or Randy Moss.
But, Steve, wouldn't you have to agree that from his press conference to his antics down in Miami to his off-the-field antics on Hard Knocks, has to do something about his outside of his personal life, because we have never seen Chad Johnson act that particular way towards a coach, towards a press conference, in that particular way, dropping F-bombs left and right. I would feel that there has to be something in his personal life that is affecting him to do something like that.
Courage.
He's trying to find his way again. That's what it's all about. Like, he lost his mojo in New England, so in order for him to kind of regurgitate his mojo, he just kind of go out there and act crazy again, which is kind of good for him to boost his ego and make him have confidence in himself. But at the same time, it's not very productive as I would think it should be on the field. You know, he still has struggling, or what did they say on Hard Knocks, with picking up the plays, you know, kind of doing things his own way. But, you know, I don't think a team really going to take a chance on him. The only team that might would be the Jets, because they don't have anybody. The Cowboys, I don't think, need to. They have enough weapons.
Well, I could see it from both perspectives, but I do think that there's always a possibility. It is the NFL, and there's a shortage of good receivers out there.
If I could also get my 3 cents in here, I think it's also very important to know, you know, you talked about the press conference and everything, but Chad was frustrated. We got to understand, Chad is coming off an all-time low season for him, even worse than his rookie year. He was frustrated, and I like it because what you saw was Chad hungry. You know, we just saw the preseason game with the Eagles and the Patriots. Cohen Jenkins and Andy Reid getting into it face-to-face. They got into an argument on the field in front of cameras. Chad can't get a little angry in a press conference because he's fired up that he's had such a bad season. And we saw him on Hard Knocks. Yes, I mean, it did seem at times that he was very good. He was moving very fast. But then obviously you saw inside the quarterback room that they were talking about he's kind of freelancing a little bit, but he looked fast to me. And the biggest thing is he deserves the benefit of the doubt. He deserves a second chance at least until all the details come out. But there's a place in this league for Chad for sure.
Cowboys, they don't have nobody at receiver right now. Everyone's hurt.
Nobody healthy yet.
Well, we will have to just wait and see. As for the marriage, it is officially shorter than a Kardashian marriage. 43 days. Beats Chris by...
His wedding lasted more than his receptions last year. Who for thought?
That's a low blow. Anyway, thank you for joining us, First Contention fans, for this bonus question, bonus discussion, debate, if you will. We will see you next time on First Contention. We sports.